NYK, a wild Sunday afternoon in New York City. It's a great day for Game 7. Madison Square Garden will be packed and loud for this do-or-die matchup.
Let's go Knicks! 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 Let's go!
For the Knicks and the Pacers, it all comes down to one game. For one team, a single victory, and it's on to the conference finals. For the other, a defeat means the season is suddenly over. And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome.
To control the tempo. He also needs their other best player to come along with him. Pascal Siakam went right at a less than 100% Josh Hart and has owned that matchup. He's long, he's athletic, he's got championship experience. That length makes him effective around the rim. How aggressive was he? Well, watch him direct traffic, saying reverse it and get it to me, because I know I'm going to draw two and dump it off. Turner's got to play great. They've got to have balanced scoring, Mike.
Doris, it all started with training camp back in October. All the practices, all the road trips, all the work and sacrifice. Now one game to decide who gets to play on. Knicks and Pacers, Game 7 is next.
NBA Conference semifinals on ABC are delivered by Chipotle. Real food for real athletes. Chipotle, for real. And Google Pixel, the only phone engineered by Google. This presentation of the NBA Conference semifinals delivered by Chipotle will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Transition, but some miscommunication. And Andrew Nembhard ends up with a wide open three. You see Josh Hart thinking he has Halliburton. No one's guarding Andrew Nembhard. Lines it up. Pacers up 6.
Called and players are wandering off the bench. That's trouble in terms of suspensions. James Johnson still talking to Jimmy Capers. So already a little controversy. DiVincenzo got fouled on that shot, but looks close. Well, the winner of today's game will face the Celtics Tuesday in that building. Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Coverage begins with NBA Countdown at 7. Tip-off shortly after 8. The mighty Celtics waiting patiently. Meanwhile, successful descent from the field. And Tyrese Halliburton lighting it up with 14 points. Pacers came in 1-5 on the road in the playoffs, but coming off a terrific victory in an elimination game Friday. After 1 here in Game 7, Pacers up a dozen. They're shooting 80% from the field.
Mike, he comes out of Arizona. I don't know if anybody bet that this guy would have as long a career, but let's just watch the Pacers play defense, get out in transition. TJ McConnell, opportunistic, just overcoming odds. Smallest guy on the floor, toughest guy perhaps on the floor right now. Look at that acrobatic finish, ridiculous.
Well, as they've done all series, the Indiana Pacers, high pickup points, ball pressure against Jalen Brunson. He's faced multiple defenders already tonight. Doris, when they have used Halliburton as a screener, he's been in a help position.
Yep.
Just tough sledding so far for Jalen Brunson.
I like how hard they've battled to stay between him and the basket. Is he going to get shots off? Yes. Can you make them tough shots? Can you force them to score?
Largest lead has been 22. Knicks trying to get back. They are down 17. It done for the Indiana Pacers and their great offense.
Mike, you talked about it. They're the highest scoring team in the league. So even after your makes, they're looking to push. Look at the amount of space that's covered and the lack of ability to cover space by OG out of the gates.
And look, the best offenses in the league, a lot of them, they want to get the ball across half court in 2 to 3 seconds. They don't want to go against a set defense. The Pacers do this as well as anyone. Take it out after a make and create an advantage 2-on-1 easy layup for Ben Shepherd.
A frustrated Tom Thibodeau is going to challenge that last call. Knicks down 19, Pacers rolling. NBA playoffs presented by Google Pixel. Conference semifinals delivered by Chipotle. As you see on the replay, clearly last touch by Tyrese Halliburton. So Tom Thibodeau, successful challenge. See on those fingertips right there. So they changed the call. Halliburton and DiVincenzo chatting away. All right, Lisa, the Pacers shoot 76% from the field. 8 of 12 from three-point range. 19 assists. Pascal Siakam, 15 points to go with Halliburton, 16 points. Game 7 here at Madison Square Garden. Pacers trying to be the first team in this series to win on the road and advance to the conference finals. Halftime report coming up.
The NBA Conference Semifinals, delivered by Chipotle, are brought to you by Disney and Pixar's new movie Inside Out 2. Only in theaters June 14th. Get tickets now.
Team, today's first half stats brought to you by ESPN Bet. That number is not incorrect. 76%. Best shooting half in a playoff game in the last 25 years. And they've got a 15-point lead as we walk in the backcourt side, which is an 11-point game.
So the Knicks, JJ, have been about grit the entire year. They're not going to go away.
And they come out in the second half, multiple stops in a row, a beautiful change of direction from Miles McBride. They've cut this thing to 11.
NBA Conference Semifinals on ABC are delivered by Chipotle. Real food for real athletes. Chipotle, for real.
They're back up a dozen.
Well, Indiana's defense was maligned at times in the regular season, but they're making plays on the road in a big Game 7, the Halliburton layup, and then Knicks in scramble mode. What a luxury to have a 7'5" man stepping out to 27 feet.
Dante DiVincenzo banged up, and right now the Knicks banged up, down by 17 after 3 quarters here in Game 7. T.J. McConnell, the super sub, off the bench. Once again, an enormous spark for these Pacers. He's got 10 points and 6 assists. This presentation of the NBA playoffs continues after this message and a word from our ABC stations. One of the few fast breaks that have been stopped by the Pacers.
NBA Conference Semifinals on ABC are delivered by Chipotle. Real food for real athletes. Chipotle, for real. And Google Pixel, the only phone engineered by Google.
The winner of today's game faced the Celtics Tuesday in Boston, Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Our coverage against NBA Countdown at 7 with tip-off shortly after 8 Eastern. Pacers clearly in the driver's seat for that role to play the Celtics with 8:24 remaining. It's a 17-point pace showing once again.
Alec Burks has been tremendous. Just trying to keep the Knicks attached. No Jalen Brunson right now. Super assertive, a 3, and then this. Good follow.
From stars, incredible contributions from the supporting cast, comebacks, bounce-back games, nail-biters, blowouts, injuries, controversy, coaching adjustments. That's what NBA playoff basketball all about. And the Knicks now go home. The Pacers move on. They will face the mighty Celtics starting Tuesday in Boston. Meanwhile, Denver and Minnesota, they'll decide who's the last to get into the Final Four of these NBA playoffs. Denver, Minnesota tonight to decide who faces Dallas. So the Pacers come and win big here at Madison Square Garden, the first road victory of this series. ABC World News tonight are your local news. Next on most of these ABC stations except on the West Coast. Our producers Tim Coring and director Mike Schwab. Our wonderful ABC crew, Perdors, JJ, and Lisa. Mike Green saying thanks for watching here on ABC, home of the NBA Finals. It's the Pacers and the Celtics.